the ruin, the heart and pride, Silsbee live. Breaking the news, your local view. We're on your side, on Silsbee Live.
Hey everybody, how's it going? All right, we are live. We are here at Silsbee Live, inside the new studio. I hope y'all like the backdrop. We worked really hard on it. I do. Oh, he's got to fix it real quick, because we had it set up for two people. Unfortunately, due to scheduling issues, Mr. Corey is not gonna make it, but we're gonna have fun anyway. So, welcome to Silsbee Live. I know that you probably are watching this. If you're watching, you might be watching on a different channel. I did share it out to a lot of the different pages tonight. So I want to start with that. But I also want to tell you that if you look at the bottom of the screen, all of our wonderful, amazing sponsors are right there on each side. Please go by and check out all of these sponsors. They're amazing people. They do great work in our community. All of them are small businesses, and they have a heart for small business. So go by, check them out. Now, also, if you would like, there is a chat. So, and I can see it up here on the screen. So if you want to if you have a comment, if you want to ask a question, something like that, please let me know by indicating in the chat below, and we will answer it. I will tell you this, and this is something that I feel like needs to be understood. We don't do a lot of negativity on this show. And air this out because and we are not, there are certain things we won't talk about. There are certain things we will. So if you have a question, I'm pretty transparent. So if you want to ask a question, please ask it, but just know you're going to get my answer. So with that being said, thank you for watching. We're going to have fun tonight. We're going to ask questions. We're going to give comments. We're going to talk about some events coming up. So that is the exciting part of this show. This show is all about keeping you informed with events and things that are happening in our community and our communities around us. Of course, we've got the maestro himself, Mr. Paul, back there on the mic. Say what's up, Paul.
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah. And man, I'm telling you, so she said, Miranda said she can barely hear me. He is working on it. That's why he's the maestro. I don't get to touch the computer anymore. That's that's part of it. But anyways, so tell me when you can hear me better, and we will if you can hear me better, and we'll fix that up. But anyways, so let's start out by talking about how we've been doing here. This has been great. We do have an event. I do want to tell you about this event coming up. So this event is very important to me because it is close to my heart. Okay. So we've been doing this for about close to 6-7 years now, in between 6-7 years, and it's been called multiple things. Oh, Miranda said perfect now. There you go. Oh, you can see it too. I don't know why I'm telling you this stuff, but anyway, so July 19th, right here at the studio. If you don't know what the studio is, it's 129 North 5th Street. We are going to have a ribbon cutting for the new studio. The studio is called, it always has been called, Satsuma Valley Studio. Okay. And if you don't know, if you're on the Marble Entertainment page, over the past week, you saw some changing. The name changed to Satsuma Valley Studios. The name, the image changed, all that good stuff. So there's a reason for that. Okay. Understand that all of this is still owned by Marble Entertainment. In fact, that is the name on the contract for the lease for this facility. But the shows are owned by Marvel Entertainment. Everything that's coming up is owned by Marvel Entertainment. Okay, but the studio is called Satsuma Valley Studios, and there's a reason for that. It's always been named that. I know it's there's a little confusion with that, but that's what it is. So, like I said, if you have a comment or a question, please leave it in the chat box below, and we will talk about it. There is nothing we won't talk about, except when it comes to, it probably got loud there because my arm pushed into the bar. But except for, certain things. And I don't mind talking about them. It just might not be the answer that you want. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about some events. Like I said, we have that coming up. In that same time, during that day, July 19th, we're also going to have a Link Cell fundraiser for my mother. If you don't know, my name is John Marble. I am the son of Tammy and Johnny Marble. And my mother in 2023 or 2024 maybe, she was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. And so she fought back, and she beat it. Well, now she's going through radiation. With that radiation comes, if anybody knows anything about the healthcare industry, it's super expensive. And so we're trying to raise funds for her to continue her treatments with the radiation. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a link sale. I'm telling you right now, nobody in Silsbee, in fact, nobody in Southeast Texas can beat my links. Like, I learned the technique that I use from my brother, and he makes the best sausage links of all time. So you can't beat them. Come down here and grab one. See for yourself. July 19th. That is going to be from 10 a.m. all the way to 6 p.m. And then we'll have the ribbon cutting at 1. So join us for that. So like I said, don't be afraid. Get up there and leave us some questions, some comments in the chat. We'd love to have a conversation with you tonight. We are going to go through some events. We're going to talk about some things that are near and dear to you. But we're going to have some fun. I'm just going to go ahead and bring it up. Okay. I told somebody that I wasn't going to bring this up, Paul. But my heart, if you know anything about me, you know that there's 2 things about me, is that if you come and ask me a question, I'm going to give it to you straight. And if I tell you something, that it's going to be exactly what I believe. I don't falter on my beliefs for anybody. So, because of the media, and we, the price for the links. So real quick, I'll answer that. So the price of the links it's going to be $6 for the meal. It comes with a link sandwich, chips, and a Coke, or whatever you want drink wise. And then there's going to be, you can do the singles, so for the link it's going to be $3. I think the chips are $2 and the drink is $1. So we're going to have plenty of it. So y'all come out. I've ordered I think 4 boxes. So, but let's get back to this. So obviously, unless you live under a rock, you've seen news break out this week about a certain police chief. I don't back down from anything. So I'm going to tell you my earnest opinion, and I'm going to share it with the world. And if you don't like it, tough. That man, and I'm going to start off by saying this, that man is not only my police chief, he's one of my friends. And he is a testament of integrity in this town. I'm going to say this without getting emotional because I'm going to tell you this. When there were a lot of people a while back who dumped me and forgot about me and didn't say anything about me, that man held his ground and supported me in doing this. And I couldn't thank him enough. Now, as far as his faults, I will admit that, he made a mistake. And this is what I'll say about it, and then this is where it'll stay. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're out there and you're throwing stones at this man for making a mistake, that glass house is going to crumble on you real quick. Because the truth of the matter is, if we're talking about a public intoxication ticket, then I'm going to need Silsbee police to come in here and arrest me right now. And you, by the way. Because we've all done it. We've all done stupid things in our life. And maybe instead of KFDM or any of the other media outlets attacking this man and berating him, maybe we need to show a little bit more grace. Because if you think you're perfect, you're not the kind of person I want to hang around with anyway. Because I don't like perfect people. All the good that man has done in this community for over 2 decades, and one bad thing. Y'all know about the PI, but y'all don't know that every year that he gives toys to children during Christmas time. Y'all don't know all the volunteer stuff that he's done for this community. Y'all don't know that during the Halloween bash, he makes sure that the kids and everybody else during that event and every event in this town are protected and taken care of. But that one thing you're willing to crucify a good man for. And to me, it's not right. That's what I'm going to say about it. If you have a comment on it, please share it with us. But the truth of the matter is, it's not gonna stray my opinion of a good man. But anyways, so that's what I'm gonna say about that. That's the big elephant in the room. A lot of people have asked me over the week, am I going to talk about it? I did say that I wasn't going to talk about it, but throughout the week, I have just been irritated. And I'm going to end that conversation and start a new conversation about the media. Let's talk about those guys, because I'm one of them, right? I'm the bad media. I'm the guy that talks a lot and makes things worse. So I have a lot of friends in the media. If you didn't know, I for a brief spell I worked for the Silsbee Bee. I will tell you this. Those guys, the people in those positions, whether it be KFDM or the Silsbee Bee or anybody else, you know, I've always heard that if you don't want friends, you take 3 jobs. You take a politician job, you take a media job, or you take a first responder job, especially police. And I'm going to tell you something about the media. I absolutely respect good media. And I want you to understand what I just said. Good media. Miranda says people throw stones from glass houses. Exactly what I was going to say. Whoever is without sin, you know, absolutely. But I'm a fan of good media. Okay. I'm going to tell you what you won't ever find on this page or any of the pages responding or involving Marble Entertainment. You won't find clickbait. We're not here to give you clickbait so that you can get angry and then click on a link and it not be what you think it is. We're here to give you the facts, to give you the truth, and maybe a little of our opinion. But newspapers have opinion pages. If you knew anything about that kind of stuff, you would know that there are different kinds of papers. And the Silsbee Bee is a record of history. All right? That's one of the things about them. They don't post stuff to be biased. They don't post stuff to attack anybody. They post stuff because it is an event that happened in history. And it's a notable event that people want to talk about. That's why they do it. Now, if you want to talk somewhere else, there's these things called op-eds. You can go read one of those. There are several of those in Southeast Texas. You can go pick them up. But the fact remains is that I understand that y'all are mad about that, but the truth of the matter is they're just doing their job. Now, TV media, that's a whole different baby. And I'm going to tell you something about TV media. They will grind it until it's smooth. Okay? I don't know if you've ever heard that, Paul, but that's their thing. They will stay on a story over and over and over again until they can't get anything else out of it. And that's what they're doing now. Because every time you comment, every time you say something on their social media, you are adding to the storm. And they eat that stuff up. Because social media is all about clicks and comments and likes. And so in doing so, you want that to go away, stop commenting on it. That's all you got to do. Just like you don't like the way that a business is run because they have certain opinions or something like that, guess what? Stop shopping there. The only way that you stop stuff like that is by taking money out of their back pocket. When their back pocket starts feeling distressed, that is when they will get the point. That's it.
And John, that also goes both ways, because if you have businesses doing something that you enjoy, you should promote them by shopping there and sharing their stuff and that kind of stuff as well.
Absolutely. That's another thing. If there are, and I'm going to tell you something, and let's talk about that. We have some amazing small businesses in our community. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, because of this economy and because of the way things are happening, our small businesses are suffering. And the only way that you can like their post, you can share out their posts. That's a great way to get the information out there for people. But the true way to keep them from going under is to start spending money at them. That's it.
Yeah, even small amounts makes a big difference.
Right. So shop small, guys. We believe at this station, we believe in the heartbeat of our communities. The backbone of American civilization is small business. And so if you aren't advocating for these small businesses, then they will go under. But we've got to be those people. We've got to be that beacon. And not only that, but our nonprofit. You know, I remember, and I've said this before, I remember back in the day that when I was growing up in Silsbee, we used to have a lot of like different little nonprofits. We had a lot of groups and a lot of clubs We still have some amazing ones. The Women's Club, they do amazing work in our community. If you'd never heard of them, you should go check them out because they are awesome. We used to have the Kiwanis Club, another great organization that I would love to see come back. The Lions Club, man, nothing ever beat. And I don't know if where you're from, if they had these, but they used to have pancake dinners. The Lions Club put them on. Absolutely. And that was like the best thing ever. Like we would go up there and just, because I'm a pancake guy. Like I used to love those pancake dinners. Well, we called them pancake suppers because, you know, we're from, but which, by the way, leave in the chat. Tell me, do you call it dinner or do you call it supper, or is it the same thing? Because I've always been curious about what y'all think about that. But anyways, so yeah, we had, you know, the Lions Club. We had all these different community, the Garden Club, which is still active and still rocks it. You know, of course, our amazing, beautiful, wonderful Chamber of Commerce, who, she said, I'm a pancake girl. Yeah. Do y'all like waffles or pancakes? That's my next question. Cause I'm, unless that waffle comes in the shape of Texas, I don't know. I like Waffle House, but I'm not big on waffles. Like I'm not big on Yeah, I'm a pancake person. I know it sounds stupid, but I wish Waffle House sold pancakes. I also wish Waffle House sold oatmeal and not grits, because grits are disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not a grits fan.
Like, I don't know how people eat grits, but I cannot stand them. But anyways, yeah, back to that. Our amazing, wonderful Chamber of Commerce. Guys, if you aren't a member, if you aren't following their Facebook page, they are doing amazing work in our communities. Whether it be Silsbee, Lumberton, Kuntz, Buna. Buna has a Chamber of Commerce now. They're doing really, really good. All of these things. Most of the events, if you've ever watched my show, probably about 50% of the events that are on here are because of the Chamber of Commerce. So they are trying to grow our community in a positive light. And that's what we are talking about tonight. How do you grow your community in a positive light? There are people out there, man, that, and I've heard it. I've heard it my whole life. Man, there's just nothing in Silsbee for kids to do. There's nothing in Silsbee for, you know, people to do. What is stopping you from starting that thing?
Exactly.
That's been my irritation. You can get on Facebook on these social pages and you can preach all day that there's nothing to do, or you can ask people, hey, what is something that you would like to do? But at the end of the day, here's my thing. When I started this, I have a passion for speaking, right? And so I started speaking and I started talking, and I realized that maybe, just maybe, at the end of the day, other people would like to listen. And so I started thinking about it, and I was like, why not me? You know, that was the big thing. Why not? You know, I sit here and say, oh, because we're big on that, right? In our communities, in 2025, we're big on saying, somebody else will take care of it. If you have a thought in your head and it turns into a passion, just do it. Okay? I'm going to tell you this. There are people in this world who just do things. And I realized very quickly that when I wake up in the morning and when I first open my eyes, I sit there and I think, man, I got to talk to this person. I got to talk to this person today. I got to do this. You know, I'm running through my schedule. But I realized that the gist of that conversation in my head is I have to speak because I love to speak. So The idea is if I wake up in the morning and speaking is the first thing on my mind, then maybe, just maybe, it's a passion. So that's the question. What do you, when you first wake up in the morning, what is the first thing you think about? Because maybe, just maybe, that is where your passion needs to be.
Man, and I must be a cook because first thing I think is something to eat.
I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. The first thing I think about is my wife gonna like be irritated that I'm getting out of bed and waking her up? That's first thing.
Yeah, or the very first thing is, is there anybody in the bathroom? Because I got to pee.
Right, yeah. But so that's the big thing. Like, what do you think about? What is it that in your head and in your heart that you just straight up want to do? Because instead of getting on Facebook and posting, hey, do y'all think this would be good? Do y'all think that we should have a bowling alley? Come on, guys. Do you think Silsbee should have a bowling alley?
Or a skating rink.
Or skating rink?
I know Mr. Berger's been working on this.
Yeah. Do you think about those things? Why is that a question? You've grown up thinking, man, there's nothing to do in this community. And then the next question you ask is, maybe we should have a bowling alley. Do you think we should have a bowling alley? The answer is yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
The answer is always going to be yes. Yes, we need more things. Yes, we need Silsbee to grow. Yes, we need our communities around us to grow. Be that person that puts that in there. And I know what you're thinking. You're going to say, well, I don't have the money to do that. I used to. I really did. I used to think, man, that way, that, I don't have the money to do that. Okay? I am now looking around, sitting here, looking at thousands of dollars of equipment in a studio that we built. And guess what? It started with
an idea,
a lampshade and an iPhone and a piece of baling wire. It doesn't always happen overnight.
Yeah,
but guess what? It can be done. Like, I still sit here today. Sometimes I will sit here and I'll turn the lights on when nobody's around, and I'll sit here and I'll look around and I'll say, how did it all come to this? How did this happen? And I'm still amazed by it. Hey, Anna, how are you? And Brandy says, yes, bowling alley. Yeah. And I sit here and I think about that stuff, and I'm like, man, because it took me 7 years to get to this level, and I'm not done yet. I'm going to tell y'all some stuff. Y'all don't know this, and I put this on these channels for a reason, okay? Because the end result is to make this the largest media company in Southeast Texas. Okay? And it took me 7 years to get here. It might not happen in my lifetime, but the person that takes this up after me might be that person. The person that sees the vision that I've been trying to push might be that person. But guess what? I can tell you something that's going to happen in my lifetime, God willing, is the radio station. There will be an online radio station hopefully soon. We're working on it.
Yep, getting all the pieces.
Right now, we're getting all the pieces together. And guess what? It took people coming in of my life, people going out of my life, people coming back into my life, situations changing in my life, new jobs and new careers and everything that's happened over 7 years, and the support of a really awesome, amazing, beautiful, and faithful woman who every time, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if you knew behind the scenes when I go home and I would weep and I would cry and I would be depressed and I'd say, I'm done, I quit. Nobody's watching. Nobody's listening. I don't care anymore. I'm going to sell it all and I'm just going to be out. My wife would say, absolutely not. You don't give, the John Marble I know doesn't give up on his dreams. And I can't thank her enough for being that person in my life, because God knows I needed it. But you out there, and I'm speaking to you, and I'm going to look in the camera when I say it. You are everything that you claim to be. Okay? If you want to be an entrepreneur, be an entrepreneur. If you want to go sell tacos on a street stand on the side of the road, go sell tacos on a street stand on the side of the road. But you are everything that you tell your mind that you are. Because the other side of that is, hey, if you believe you're nothing, that's exactly what you're going to be. It's all up here. Every day, I am diagnosed with depression and anxiety. I have to get up every single morning and look myself in the mirror and say, hey, we're going to do this today. John, you are beautiful and you are loved and you are worth it. And we're going to tackle these problems today. And our depression and our anxiety isn't going to get the best of us. And I tell myself in the mirror that every single morning. Because I'm telling you right now, I have to fight my mind daily to pick myself up by my bootstraps. And it is hard. But I'm going to tell you this too, it's absolutely worth it. Because I see people out there and they say, something you said on your show yesterday inspired me. Something that you talked about on one of your lives, or you did your affirmations in the morning on TikTok. It inspired me to keep going. And the best one of all, and I'm going to share this to you. A while back, this was probably 2 years ago. We did a show, and we did a show over suicide prevention, because that is a very, very important thing in my life. If you didn't know anything about my story, I was one of those people. I had a young man come up to me probably after the show. It was probably, I don't know, 2 weeks later. I was just walking through Walmart, minding my own business. I think I was trying to get vanilla wafers for my wife. It was, I don't know, probably 10 o'clock at night. This young man keeps staring at me, and he keeps following me, and I got kind of creeped out. I'm not gonna lie, because like he's following me through Walmart. And so finally, I guess he got up the nerve, and he comes up and he talks to me, and I had told my story, my full story about my attempt on my life and on the show. And he said, you don't know me, but I watched your show. And that night, I was planning on taking my life. But after watching your show, I understand, and I'm not going to do it. And I hugged, dude, through the tears and I'm 6 foot. I weigh probably 260, 270. I'm a pretty decent sized dude. Like, and this guy was probably about 5'9". He's skinny, but I grabbed that sucker up and I hugged the ever loving crap out of him. And I told him, like, I was like, man, God bless you. Like, thank you for telling me that. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, and you have a life and it's worth living, and keep going, because it's beautiful. Like, and I know, and that's why I am sitting here today. It's not about money. It's not about people over profit, man. Like, that's what I'm talking about when I say that.
Absolutely. I mean, I tell people all the time that if you have a problem, call me. I don't care if it's 2 a.m.
Absolutely.
I'll talk you through anything.
Right.
I mean, don't ever think that nobody's there.
That's it.
Ever.
Somebody is there for you.
Somebody's always available.
Yes. And it might not be me. It might not be Paul. It might not be anybody you would ever think. Valleys have taught me lessons that mountains never will. And, you know, it's always Walmart. Like, it's weird. I was in Walmart one time, and I was going through some stuff, and I was just irritated. And there was this old man in front of me, and I was, the self-checkout, well, it was all full, and we were sitting there, and this old man was in front of me, and I was getting kind of irritated because he was slow, and I was sitting there, and he turns around to me, and he looks at me, and he says, "You all right, young man?" And I said, and I don't know why, because normally, you would just push it off. Yeah, I'm fine. But I just looked at him and said, "No, I'm just having a hard day today." And he looked at me and he said, "Well, let me give you a little bit of advice." And old people give the best advice. Like, because he looks at me and says, "Son, if the mountain was smooth, you couldn't climb it."
Oh.
And that's all he said. And I was like, yeah. Like, yeah. But yeah, man. And I know, we're kind of going everywhere on this. Please, like I said, if you have a comment or a question, please leave it in the chat below. We love talking to you. We love hearing from you. That's what this show is about. We love to spread positivity and joy in our community. We're excited, man. We're excited for what's going on here. And we'll continue giving you a little bit more information. I'm trying to look, and I'm actually trying to look at my photos so I can get the events out. We're still working on getting the events on the screen, which we'll have a lot more done next week. But if I can find them, I think they're in.
Yeah, this week was a lot of just painting and getting everything.
Yeah, I did want to bring this one up. So we had the Lula Foundation on the show last week, and we got to hear their story. They are doing amazing things. So if you can, save the date right now, August 28th, 6 to 10 p.m. It's going to be at the Downtown Event Center in that 700 Crockett Street in Beaumont. They're doing what's called a Sweet Summer Nights fundraiser. There's going to be a live auction and a silent auction. There's going to be raffles. There's a barbecue feast, live entertainment. We put the barcode and everything on the page, so please check them out. And all of it goes to supporting their amazing mission of getting families back together through addiction. It's just an awesome thing, guys. We love those guys. We can't wait to have them back on the show. They are doing amazing, and they are so cool and so kind. I know where they are. I can tell you where they are. They're in. So I do this weird thing where I send stuff to myself in Messenger. Yeah, there they are. So here they are.
I do that too. I send stuff to myself all the time.
So we talked about the ribbon cutting, July 19th, right here, 129 North 5th Street. Let me tell you in Texas talk, or in Silsbee, Texas talk. So if you cross the railroad tracks going north, like you're going into Caney Head, the railroad tracks in the middle of town. On the right, you'll see the ice house. You'll cross over the tracks. And then on the left, you'll see a building. It has My Eye Doctor in it, Parco Printing, Fresh Start. We're on the very end of that building. Did that explain it really good?
I think so.
Okay. That's 129 North 5th Street. Don't forget about July 17th as well. Save the date. It's a networking event for the chamber. It's going to be an evening event. It's going to be hosted by the Silsbee Chamber and Lone Star Lux, which we love those guys. If you've ever seen our hats, the hats we make, that have the Silsbee Live logo on them, they are the ones that actually make those hats. So there's going to be a hat bar and networking going on. It's going to be a great time. And it's, like I said, it's brought to you by the Silsbee Chamber of Commerce and Lone Star Lux. I believe it starts, I'll have to check again. I think it starts at 5 or 6. I can't remember. It's one of those. Maybe they're watching and they can tell me. But I heard that the Silsbee Little Theater had an amazing event last night. Of course, it was brought forth by the Silsbee Little Theater and the amazing Hal Evans. If you don't know who Hal Evans is, he is an amazing actor, director, author, all the things. And he did a Irish whiskey tasting event last night, and I heard it was fantastic.
Oh man, I missed that. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah. Speaking of stuff, the Save the Pines, which we'll get on in a minute, but they're going to be doing a purse and pistol bingo. It is on, I'm sorry, because it's red and my eyes crossed. The 16th of August. The doors open at 10 a.m. The game started at 11 a.m. It is going to be at the Honky Tonk, Texas. So I'm trying to find the more. Okay, it says $50 per person. This includes 14 games and your lunch. Extra games can be purchased at $20. Bonus games are $10, and daubers, which I believe are the little things that you use to.
Yeah, it's the little things used to mark the cards.
Is 1 for $3 or 2 for $5. You can go to the Save the Pines Foundation Facebook page right now, and you can scan the QR code to get into that event. So that's awesome. Definitely big thing about Save the Pines. It says designer purse and pistols, fun and games, and delicious snacks. So y'all go out there and check that out. It's going to be a great time. The Save the Pines Foundation always puts on a good time, as does the Chamber. So August 16th, mark your calendar. Doors open at 10 a.m. Game start at 11. Get your tickets now.
And it looked like the prizes were killer, too.
Yeah,
killer
absolutely.
Prizes, yeah.
So I said, and the performance by the children from the camp was great, too. That was another thing. So Hal also does a children's camp during the week, the 2 weeks, and they do a performance at the end. I didn't get to go this year, but I'm sure it was amazing. Like I said, him and Hillary, Celeste, and all the people that volunteered for that do amazing work during that camp to get these kids ready. And I'm sure it was the performance of a lifetime. I think they did, if I'm correct, I want to say it's Shakespeare. I want to say it was Romeo and Juliet, but I'm sure it was amazing. So big shout out to the Silsbee Little Theater. By the way, if you didn't know, this year's Halloween Bash is October the 25th. And every year we do half the profit, because we don't make any money off of it. So half of it goes to pay in everything we need to pay, and the other half goes to okay, yeah, I'll get to that in just a second. Half of it goes to a nonprofit locally. This year, the other half is going to the Silsbee Little Theater. Amazing nonprofit that promotes the arts and everything in our community. Speaking of which, August 23rd, she said John is me, because I do sit on the board for the Silsbee Little Theater, and I are at the SLT Silsbee Little Theater for another sing-along. The first one was a huge success, so we're doing another sing-along. It is family-friendly, so bring your kids, bring your family, and come do a sing-along. Last time, I think we did, I want to say it was all mostly Disney songs, but we did it. It was fun. It was so fun. No, it wasn't all Disney, I don't think. Maybe it was. I can't remember. It's been a while. But we're going to have fun. And she said, yes, it was Romeo and Juliet. So there's a pool tournament. What's today?
Today's the 29th.
Oh, never mind. That's already passed. Altus Back to School Bash, Saturday, July the 12th, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's going to be at the Altus Lumberton Hospital. That is at 137 North LHS Drive in Lumberton. They're going to be doing a backpack giveaway. Gator Country will be out there with a reptile show, which that's always fun. Food trucks. There's going to be Kids Touch a Truck and more. That's Saturday, July 12th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And it's going to be a good time for everybody. Now, there is another one, and I just copied and pasted because this is actually brand new, hot off the presses, just came through today. So, can you scroll down a little bit? So we are doing, in association with Ink Asylum and the Art Studio, a bike wash. It is going to be August 2nd. There's going to be vendors, food trucks, raffles, and contests, live music from Nick Dees of Hold On Hollywood, and so much more. It'll also, and they're not saying this yet, musicals. It's going to be, that's what we did, musicals. Yeah. But she wouldn't let me do Phantom of the Opera, which I was upset. But no, I'm kidding. It's going to be from 12 lunchtime to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. It's going to be a bike wash. So a portion of this is going to go to a local charity, and the other portion, I believe there's some for veterans. But it's also going to be a back-to-school drive. It's going to be a whole lot of things. So mark your calendars, August 2nd, Ink Asylum Art Studio, and us. So y'all go check them out. They're one of our sponsors, and they're amazing people. So y'all get that. There will be more information as we go. If you'd like to be a vendor or something like that, please go to their page, message them. They will have all the information for that. And we're going to have fun time. It's going to be right here in Silsbee, and possibly downtown at the Pavilion. So we will find that out tomorrow. But anyway, so yeah, that's going to be a great event. It's going to be family friendly. So bring the kids. Like I said, we're going to have food trucks out there, food, all kinds of great stuff, and all this to benefit a local cause and help our communities grow. So, anyways, so that's it for the events that I have on my calendar. If you have an event, if you have anything, whether it be a church celebration, whether it be something going on at your church, something going on in the community, please send it to us. You can send it to us at satsumavalleystudios@gmail.com for now. Or you can the easiest way is just to message the page. I particularly like if you have a flyer available. So make sure that you do that. But if not, just send me the information and we'll put it out there for you. Any type of events that you have going on, send it to us so we can get it on the show and get it out there to the public. But yeah, so I'm probably going to get in trouble for the start of the show, but I don't care. It's okay. But anyway, so
they'll get over it.
They'll get over it. They always do. It's the span of 2 weeks. Yeah. So if you ever notice that when things go on in local communities, it takes about 2 weeks for people to kind of just forget about them. And then it's on to the next subject. But yeah. So anyways, guys, I don't know what else to say really tonight. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I can say that. I'm hoping to have Corey back, get him back on the show. He's actually been to the show before when we were in the old studio. I think he's been twice. But I'm going to get with him, get that schedule lined out so we can get him on the show, because I love sitting and talking to him about business. Like, that man is one of the most intelligent men I've ever met in my life when it comes to business and the theology and ideology of business, because business can be spiritual. But anyways, so hope to have him on the show soon. Next week.
Well, Friday's 4th of July.
Yeah, Friday is 4th of July. And
what's everybody's 4th of July plans?
Yeah, what are y'all doing for 4th of July? Let us know in the comments. I think I'm off. I think we have a short week this week, which, that's okay. But guys, we're gonna continue to do stuff around here. We're gonna make it better and better every day. We've got some major things coming in the works here very soon. So y'all stick with us. Y'all watch the page. Oh, I got to talk to him about the $100.
Yeah, and
I forgot about that.
And we also, we'll invite anybody on the show who wants to come on the show as well.
Absolutely. If you want to come on the show, I don't care who you are. You're more than welcome to come sit down on this couch. If you sit on this couch, I'll be in the chair. But so we love people to come sit on the couch and talk to us. And if you have a small business, if you're notable, you don't even have to do that. You can just be a random person.
Yeah, just come on and have a conversation.
Yeah, just have
Absolutely.
a conversation. We are about to up our game when it comes to this. We're probably going to have multiple shows here pretty soon. So I know that Ruling on the Field is coming back July 9th. They had to get vacations and stuff out of the way. So July 9th, they will be on here Wednesday, July 9th at 7 p.m. So y'all check that out.
So a week from this Wednesday.
Huh?
A week from this Wednesday.
Yes, a week from this Wednesday. And I know of something else. And all I'm going to say is, because she asked me not to say anything, but when does that ever happen? All I'm going to say is, you just have to listen closely. Okay? So, see what I did there? But she's working on some stuff. So, but yeah, come sit on the couch. Let's talk about the $100. Okay? So over here, and I don't know if you can see it you might be able to see the top of it.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. So there's a door over here. That door leads to the outside of this building where there is an envelope depository. Okay. If you watched my video from yesterday, we are doing a giveaway. It's a drawing. So basically what you have to do is you have to go write something on a piece of paper, okay? And I want it to be positive, something that you love about your community or the communities around you, okay? And I want you to drop it. I want to put it in an envelope and drop it in this depository, okay? If you can't find an envelope, just drop the paper in there. It's fine. And if you want to remain anonymous, please put on that you want to remain anonymous. But I do need your name somewhere so that we can put you in the drawing. Okay? Just indicate that, because what we're going to do is we're going to take these letters and we're going to read them on the show. Okay? But put it in the depository, and then we will take them. We'll write you up a little ticket, put it in a bowl, and we will draw on January 19th at the ribbon cutting, and the person that we draw is going to win $100 cold hard cash. That's what we're doing. So yeah. Also, here's the other thing. Here soon, we're going to be growing, so we're going to need more people to come and be family with us. So if you're out there and you would like to be part of the family, please let me know. Now, I am going to tell you this straight up. A lot of it at the beginning will be volunteer. But as we grow, there will be possibility of making money. That's what I'll say. Okay? But yeah, if you're interested, please come have a chat with me. I'm usually here after 5 every day of the week. This week will be a little different because I am going to Houston for a day, but I will be here. If not, my phone number flashes across the screen the whole time. Shoot me a text. Let me know who you are, or message the page. It's as simple as that. Messaging the page is actually the best way to get a hold of me. But anyways, so that's what we're doing. It is now 8:11. I think we've done a good job. Look at that. We did a whole show by ourselves.
We did.
I'm proud of myself now. Been doing this for 7 years. I think I've kind of got it down by now. I hope I've got it down by now. But yeah, if you want to be a guest on the show, please come on. We're super excited to be doing this. If you just want to come and say, hey man, I want to come check out what you got going on, check out your studio, hit me up. I'll give you a walkthrough. It's pretty cool. I'm kind of proud of it. So we're going to be adding some crazy stuff. We're going to be adding some food stuff. We're going to be adding some different shows, different ideas. Like I said, the radio station, there's a lot of things going on. And by the end of the year, I think that it's going to be pretty cool to have this in Silsbee. So, and once again, I want to say I couldn't have done any of this without a couple people, my supporters, my tribe, the people out there who rep me. And then on top of that, of course, Mr. Paul over here, the amazing, I call him the maestro, because he is in mission control over there. And of course, we can't do this without you. So thank you. We appreciate everything y'all do for us. If you have friends or family that do not follow Silsbee Live, please ask them to do so. Get the word out. If you want to, you can go to your page or go to our page, hit that top notification button thing, and then hit share or invite, and then select all, and then just invite everybody to the page. That would help us out tremendously. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. I know that's kind of annoying, but please help us out by liking, sharing, and following. And next week, it's going to be exciting because guess what? We're not only going to be on Facebook, we're going to be on YouTube, we're going to be on TikTok, we're going to be on possibly Twitch.
Yep. And then any other one we can find.
And any other avenue we can go down. So check that out. And that's cool because you'll be able to come back and watch the shows all after the record, and it won't delete them. That'll be nice. But anyways, so that's our show tonight. Thank you for watching, Paul. Thank you for everything. And if nobody's told you today, you're beautiful, you are loved, and you're absolutely worth it. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Here's that one. The Haunted Pride. Silsbee Live. Breaking the news. Your local you. We're on your side. On Silsbee Live. Silsbee Live. Here's that one. The Haunted Pride.